Welcome to the Pelagian Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Now, you may have noticed their title is somewhat different today, and that is because, well, it's been a very fruitful end.
Incredibly fruitful.
Yes, we have been doing all the things we're supposed to be doing.
We've been trying really, really hard.
Yeah, we've been fasting, and we've been praying and giving alms and doing penance.
Mm-hmm.
And while going through some old books, we happen to have come across a lesson that we hadn't learned before.
We came across a truth that's been hidden from you for far too many years.
Which is why we are here today to let you know that we are no longer the Popish plot.
Though, we do hope that the Pope himself will come to see the truth.
Yes, we have decided to become Pelagians.
No,
we didn't decide. We
No, we did decide.
We did decide it.
We decided really hard.
We made a choice that Pelagianism is the truth.
A really firm, decisive choice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to get this off my chest because I've done a lot of wrong.
Okay.
Over the years, I've told you that you need grace.
Yeah.
I've told you that you need God to operate in your life. When really, the truth was, all you need to do was listen to the cat and just try harder.
Yep.
Yes. I've made motivational posters because it seems like this is a religious idea that needs posters.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You need to know that you can do it.
Yep.
We've always told you, you'll only get to heaven, by God's grace. When the truth is, you can do it all on your own.
Yeah. In fact, the lesson that we've come to learn is God helps those who help themselves.
This is a truth that everybody knows, and yet, for some reason, we dismiss it as being unbiblical. I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
There's a lot of things. Look, there's a lot of things we believe that aren't necessarily in the Bible.
But we all know it's true.
God
helps those who help themselves.
Exactly.
And so, how do you get to heaven?
Good works. Lots and lots of good works. You've heard of those people that do like the works-based salvation. No. We're actually going to suggest that works-based salvation isn't even good enough. You got to do more works.
Because you're thinking, well, I just need to show that I'm good. No, you have to earn it.
Yeah.
You have to show God that you're so good that there's no way he could keep you out of heaven.
Sure, it's a good thing that you show up for church on Sundays.
It is.
But where are you in? Why aren't you in church every other day of the week?
Mm-hmm.
I know some churches where they have multiple opportunities. I live in an area where there's lots of Catholic churches. I have lots of opportunities to go to daily mass.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't, it's only because of your own sinful inclinations.
Yeah.
It couldn't be, well, I have work responsibilities. No.
Or I've already gone twice today and I shouldn't go again.
I think you missed a point here because it's you're freely choosing to have sinful implications. You're not at all. You start out completely neutral, not good or bad.
Yeah.
The only reason why people sin is because they're like, you know what, I want to sin. And they just freely say, yeah, let's sin.
That looks like fun.
That seems to totally correlate with everything I know about real life.
We used to tell you that, well, okay, by the fact that you were born with original sin, you're wounded, and you have an inclination to sin. But Jess is absolutely right. You're born totally neutral. You are born with everything you need to work your way into heaven. And if you sin, it's because you've chosen to do so.
Yeah, you didn't, in that moment, you didn't want heaven. You wanted the other stuff.
The only thing that Adam's sin did to us is provide a bad example. I don't even know why they put it in the Bible. I bet it was probably one of those sinful people that wasn't like the sinless prophets of old.
Well, it's like Paul wrote, all of the stuff is in there for our instruction. So we have to see that they freely chose to make the mistake. That everyone freely chooses to make the mistake. The same way that, why is the life of Jesus in the Bible? It's not so that we will turn to him for grace. It's not so that we will turn to him to save us. It's because he did a good job. He's such a tremendous example. Exactly. He's the perfect example that we could all be if we just tried hard enough.
Although, Not the only one.
Oh no, there's many. There's multiple. He's the best of them, but he's not the only one.
Because again, just because he's the only one who wasn't a pure human doesn't mean that all the other humans,
No.
great example.
He is
Abraham and Isaac.
He is the best of the good examples.
But your purely human efforts are enough to get you into heaven. You don't need God as the first mover. You don't need to respond to God's grace. All you need to do, try harder.
Yep. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Everybody knows you can pull yourself up by your own bootstraps.
Yep.
That's why it's a saying.
Get it done.
We should turn to that great prophet, Larry the Cable Guy, and just get it
Get it
done.
done.
But seriously, folks, it's all up to you. It's entirely dependent upon you. Do you want it?
Are you going to heaven?
Are you going to be basically a roided out Christian? Are you going to try hard enough? Are you going to be a Christian gym rat?
Gotta get ripped.
You got to be spiritually ripped. Because it's all up to you. God's not going to save you.
No.
You got to do it yourself.
Yep.
Pelagianism, it's the way. It's the truth.
And it's April Fool's!
Hey-o! Every single one of us is a sinner in need of grace.
That's right.
Every single one of us is afflicted with original sin.
And the whole bootstrap thing was originally created as a way to prove that this couldn't happen. It
Because-
just got, it's impossible.
Because people misunderstood us and they thought, oh yeah, that must actually be true.
That's
Oh,
perfect.
no!
That's
No,
what-
that was perfect.
That's what happens. That's what happens with Pelagianism. It falls down.
It falls down.
Because it's a house of cards.
If you rely on your own efforts, you're gonna die.
If we could have done that, if we could do it all on our own, we wouldn't have needed Christ.
Seriously, in researching this, I could not figure out what the role of Christ is in Pelagian salvation. Because Pelagius totally advocated for following Jesus. You had to be a super great Christian all on your own. So I really don't know in his system of salvation what role the cross of Christ plays.
Oh, I mean, more so the fact that if everyone who chooses sin does it 100% freely, there's no, you have an inclination
There's no
to sin. There's no,
concupiscence.
other effects where you're like choosing between bad situations. You would think he'd be a universalist. But in fact, he's like, no, almost everyone's going to hell.
Well, I think that's a
Everyone can be perfect. They're just all choosing not to.
Yeah, I think that's as close as he could come to acknowledging original sin. Because if you want to see original sin, just look around. Just look at the world. Everybody is doing wrong. Everybody's wounded. Everybody is compromised.
Yep. And we all need to rely on the grace of God in order to be the people that God made us to be.
Now, I mean, should we pray? Absolutely.
Yes.
Should we fast? Yes. Should we give alms? Yes. Should we strive to be better Christians? Yes. But ultimately knowing that not a one of us can ever earn our way into heaven.
No.
Pelagius suggesting that if we just want to be, we can be as perfect as God by ourselves. Holy smokes, man.
That guy had some interesting thoughts in his head. They were bad, interesting thoughts, but they were interesting thoughts. I mean,
But as Nate alluded to, the fact that today most people take a look at Pelagianism and figure, whoa, it just becomes universalism. Everybody can choose to be good. I'm a good person. I'm not Hitler.
yeah. I don't kick puppies. I don't run over little old ladies.
Or if I do, they had it coming.
They were crossing on a green light.
Puppy's gonna bite me? Yeah. I'm gonna go all Lamech on him.
Yeah.
Be avenged 77-fold. Wait, no, that's the wrong example.
Yes.
That's the wrong lesson.
So anyway.
Remember, not every example in the Bible is a positive example. Pelagius got that right.
So go down to the comment section below and maybe leave a suggestion for what you think we should do next year for April Fools. I mean,
So far, we've done the prosperity plot,
we did the prosperity plot. We did the patriarchal plot.
the pig plot.
The pig plot. This was the Pelagianist plot. What's next? I mean, we could do a Protestant plot, Presbyterian plot,
The Puritan plot.
the Puritan plot. Puritan would be interesting.
All buckles all the time. They didn't wear buckles. All buckles.
The ping pong plot.
I don't think that's a heresy.
We can
Oh,
make
we can
it.
make it one. It'll be a facet of Nathanism.
Yeah. Just as the ping pong bounces back and forth across the table, so must our lives. Must spend time on the good side, must spend time on the bad side.
It's a Gnostic heresy. If you just understand the rhythms of the ping pong ball properly, you'll uncover great cosmic truths.
Yes.
And here for a minute, I thought we were going back to our one on Bill and Ted, where we just like quote things that sound deep but are just like rock lyrics.
Or maybe,
No, it'll just be lines from Forrest Gump. The ping pong plot will just be lines from Forrest Gump, the
or
Olympian.
maybe you think we should leave the alliteration behind, and we should try something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
The communist plot. I'm pretty sure they already did that
Well,
one.
we could totally do the progressive plot.
The progressive plot.
We just go super woke.
Oh. Yes.
Anyway.
Anyways, give us your suggestions.
Comment below.
Maybe your suggestion will be featured in a future episode.
Mm-hmm.
While you're down there, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and the bell next to it so you get notified when new episodes come out. And until next time, remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.
And don't be a horrible heretic who
No.
comes up with horrible
Do
heresies
not be a horrible heretic.
that don't even make sense.
That's a really good life rule. Don't be a horrible heretic.